Ladies, gentlemen, bodies of water, we are the Alchemy Lab with part 2 of case 3, the name of which we still don't know because Matt keeps it a secret from us. I am Lee, and I'm still in bed, and I'm playing Cassius Valentine.
I'm Carl. I'm still in the same chair I've been in from the start of all this, and I'm Graccus Foebreaker.
And I'm Matt. I am the heroes, the villains, and the Lord above.
Oh, Jesus.
Christ. That's really that was.
You've got a very high opinion of yourself.
The most arrogant thing I've ever said.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome everyone to part 2 of case number 3. You know the title. They don't know the title.
We don't,
Spoilers.
because last time on Streets of Mihre, not really much happened.
No.
It was the quintessential shopping episode.
Yeah.
I'm breaking into a drugs ring, though, so that's good.
Yeah, Cassius's quest for knowledge expanded a little bit. He's got his eyes on a drug ring. Graccus got some new armor, which is going to need some work.
More than some.
It's mostly going to need work.
I'm basically making a new set of armor.
Pretty much, yeah. And
There's your tannery skill, motherfucker.
Well, level it up.
And you also, but before all this happened, you received a message from your good buddy Knock, who is acting as your secretary at the office.
And lookout for secret missions.
Indeed, secretary and lookout. He's heading back to the office now. But the message was, please come to the Vengeful Jester before they finish serving breakfast tomorrow, meaning today. It's a matter of life and death. And you are outside the Vengeful Jester right now. It is the quintessential dive. It's probably the most popular dive in this area of Mihre. Very, very, very rundown. A lot of damp on the interior. The wood looks soft. There are cobwebs in every corner. The clientele are very, very rough. Make me a perception check as you walk through the door.
13.
19.
So both of you are assailed by a sharp smell. The sharp smell of decay. Like a decaying body. It's not dissimilar to the undead you fought before. But
That's
not
this time it's not that armor.
Yeah, it's not as sharp as with the undead, but it's definitely rot. Cassius, you notice that all of the rough clientele have formed a barrier. They're sitting way away from a hooded figure in the corner.
There was something else that Rod said earlier, Graccus. There is a sickness which is sweeping through Mihre, where people's skin falls away. This man could have that sickness.
It certainly smells like it.
He looks up at the pair of you, and his eyes are really sunken. His face is grey.
I look to Graccus and go, oh, fuck, that's Jonathan.
Maybe we walk away from this one.
Good noon, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yep, that's Jonathan.
Yep.
It's not contagious.
The clientele here seems to think otherwise.
With all due respect to them, they don't know a fucking thing about what was affecting me.
Graccus, could you get us a drink? I think I may be at least more constitutionally safe, should this be. Because I've got necrotic resistance, so I'll go and sit with him.
Okay.
Graccus, if you could just watch the room, I'll talk to our contact.
What do you want, a whiskey?
Something fragrant.
See what they've got. I sort of head over to the bar and leave him to do the talking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll sit down with him.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan, I presume.
Jonathan, yes. I'm Jonathan. And you must be, well, you and your large friend, you must be the Heartbreakers.
We are indeed. My name is Mr. Valentine. That is Mr. Fowbreaker.
I've heard about you. Heard about you getting them girls. Heard about you sorting out that trouble down at the farm.
Yes,
Thought you could
indeed.
help. Thought you could help. No one else wants to help.
Unfortunately, Jonathan, we're not medics. We're investigators.
I know. But what's happening to me? What's happening to? I've heard about others that this has happened to. What's happening to me? It's not a sickness. It's definitely not a sickness. It's a curse.
I see.
It's a curse on me, and a curse on my wife, and a curse on our children. And I need help.
And this is just a curse on your family. No one else.
No one else. No one else that we've seen. There's been a doctor at our house. He's been going in and out. If it were a disease, he would have got it by now. He's been around us for hours in the day.
And how long have you been?
And he found out that it was a curse.
How long have you been cursed for, Jonathan?
Started 4 days ago. My wife and the children, they got it before I did. About a day before I did.
So, Matt, does this correlate with what Rod was talking about earlier?
Rod
didn't tell me much.
He didn't give you much.
What's his skin look like? He just looks sort of sullen and grey, right? His skin's not falling off, no?
He looks solid. It's not falling off. I mean, he's wearing a cloak, so you can't see his body in general. His face looks sullen and grey.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're up close, it's looking very, very, almost like waxen, kind of sallow.
May I ask you a question, Jonathan? I heard of a rumour earlier that there was a sickness going around Mihre. Now, the man wasn't able to tell me much, but what he did say was that people's skin was falling off. Now, I can see that none of your skin on your face is falling off, but...
He shows you his upper chest,
mm-hmm.
and there is very pronounced decay on
mm-hmm.
his chest. Like the skin it looks like it's being eaten by something.
Okay.
Some form of microbe, perhaps.
Okay.
But it just looks like it's rotting.
Now, the person also told me that this sickness has been going around for weeks, and you only say that you've had this 4 days.
4 days. The other people, I heard similar that other people had this before.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor, he said he'd seen people who had died from it.
Mm-hmm.
He'd never seen anyone living to actually examine. But now he has. And he knows it's not a sickness.
Now, Jonathan, we come to the real question. You say you're cursed. By who?
I don't know. I can't think of a reason. I can't think of a reason why.
How about your wife?
No.
Any enemies?
No, it was just common folk. It was just normal folk. We've never done anything to hurt anyone.
Hmm. And I presume you want us to help you lift this curse and find who's doing it.
Yes. Make an Arcana check.
Not very good. 10. 8, sorry. 8.
So you've not heard of a curse like this before. Although you know that with curses, it's only going to end one way, and that is
Badly.
very, very badly.
Yeah.
And normally it doesn't take a huge amount of time, unless the person doing it is particularly sadistic.
Mm-hmm. Now, Jonathan, we also come to a very tricky part of this conversation. You say you're common folk. The Heartbreaker investigations. We are not a charity.
No, I wouldn't expect that you are. I've got to be saved for an emergency, for hard times. Just a few pennies put away for a good number of years.
Very well, Jonathan. Well, from what I know about curses, we don't have long. So I think it would maybe best we go back to your abode, find your doctor, and perhaps we can get some more information.
Right. Yeah, that sounds good. He slowly pushes the chair back and gets to his feet, swaying a little bit. He's not in the best shape, and it's a shuffle more than a walk to the door. Graccus, make me a perception check.
That is a 17.
Okay, so you overheard. You had a vantage point, and you overheard more or less all of that. Okay. So you have an opportunity now to prepare your spells.
Yes, I do. So
you have a bit of an idea of what you're working with. So
yep. So I'm saying it's a curse. So it's definitely a curse, yes?
That's certainly yes.
That's what he said, and
yeah. He seems to be acting off of the
off the doctor. So.
Off the doctor's second opinion.
So what is this preparing spells thing?
As a druid, I can prepare my spell list every day. Like once per, basically every morning I can re-prepare, I can change my spells. I have access to the full list at all times, but I can only cast prepared spells. So, as a result of that, I have now taken Detect Magic and Detect Poison and Disease as instead of fairy fire and cure wounds.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm going to drop ice knife and take cure wounds for now as well. Just because I feel like it might be more useful to me. I can fight without the magic for now if I need to.
Mm.
I mean, I'm a magic user as well, aren't I? So
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, ice knife is good, but it sort of, I don't want to be standing next to it, and I don't want you to be standing next to it either.
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
to prep stuff though, Cassius. So it's
oh no, and mine always stays
yours
the
are-
same.
yours are
So
fixed, yeah. And this is the first opportunity I've actually had to remember that that's a thing you can do, Carl. And I literally marked it down on my thing. Here,
see,
spells can be
Jonathan,
prepped.
take case, prep
Yeah.
spells.
in a box in capital letters.
Cool.
Question mark, question mark, question mark, profit.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Everything profit.
all right. So with your spells prepped, and you've done that you've sort of done that as you've been walking.
Yeah.
To Jonathan's house, which is a few minutes away, in a very, very, very destitute part of Mihre. This is even more destitute than where you had your first case, which was Sword and Silverton. Rickson, there, his cover was a one-room, just a hole in the wall, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, things look just as bad, but Jonathan's house itself is 2 rooms, but it's misshapen. It's almost like he's just gone into a cave, basically, and stuck a door on the front.
Right.
Let's have a look at it. There is a stove in the corner next to the door, and with a pipe that leads up and out, so the smoke doesn't choke everyone to death. There is a simple table with 4 chairs. There's a couple of cabinets that are very, very old, probably 4th or 5th hand. There is a very, very pronounced smell of decay, even more pronounced than before, coming from the door that's pretty much just opposite you as you walk in. And you can see the edge of a couple of beds. Through here. Alan, I brought help. You see a dwarf walk out of the room. So it gives you half a wave. Regards the pair of you. His beard is kind of parted a bit and kind of tucked away behind his head. And he's got a makeshift kind of face covering.
Okay.
So as to not contaminate anybody.
This is the doctor, I presume.
Yes. I am the doctor. And you must be the help he was sending for.
Indeed, we are the Heartbreaker investigation team.
All right, well, what do you want to know from me?
Symptoms would be a good place to start.
Symptoms begin, or so it seems, with dizziness and nausea, which gets steadily worse over the first 2 days. Then immense fatigue and rashes begin to show on the skin. Discoloration then begins, and the rashes turn into what I assume he's shown you already.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
After that, Well, we think... I'm sorry about this, Jonathan, but we think his family contracted this curse the day before he did. Because they are all laid up. None of them can walk. They can barely move.
Wait, oh, the family got the curse first.
So it seems.
Cassius, you might bet this than I, but I would have thought that if it was targeting the family, they'd all get it together, right?
Well, I wouldn't have thought that a curse was communicable. A curse is targeted. From
Not
my
spreading.
limited understanding of it, they don't spread.
Doctor, out of curiosity, have you done any tests for poisons, anything like that?
Poisons. Yes, I have. And can't see anything poisoned in the house. I've been very careful not to expose myself to anything. I've not eaten here. I don't come in here without some form of protection. I have tested for poisons, though, in the food, in the ingredients, in the leftover food, even. Nothing.
Now, I had a very curious conversation with someone else today regarding a sickness. Now, this was before we had the message from Jonathan. Now, this man told me that this sickness has been around for some weeks, 6 weeks, he said. And Jonathan has also said that you have seen other cases, many of which have died.
It's in the aftermath of some cases, yeah?
Now, the gentleman told me of a friend, you know how it goes, at the docks who died of this.
We found a couple of... Yes, yeah, I think there have been a couple of dock workers who have had it. Them and their families, all gone.
Jonathan, are you a dock worker? Are you a dock worker, Jonathan? What do you do for a profession?
I'm not a dock worker. I am a mason's assistant. Stonemason's assistant.
And your place of work is, well, I'm sure it is everywhere, but where is your office?
The main area is around... I'm sorry, I was becoming a bit up to that. The main area is against... Yes, about halfway between the market and the docks, but moving against the wind. So we're quite a distance away from the docks and the market.
Doctor, do you have any spare face coverings?
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I need it. I don't think you need them. It's not whatever it is.
Well
it's
then,
not airport.
if you gentlemen bear with me a few moments. Cassius, I'll be inside. I'll see if I can find anything.
Are you okay? You're in the sort of living area at the moment.
Oh, I'm already in. Sorry, I thought we saw them outside.
I thought we were outside.
Yeah, you were going to ask me something.
Yeah, I was going to say while they're talking, can I sort of try and recall back through my sort of teachings for druidic teaching and stuff like that, if there are any kind of curses that can be contagious, like they're not targeting people but they're affecting areas instead?
Make me an Arcana check.
Please be a good roll, because I don't really... Yep, I have no bonus in Arcana. 12. It's not great.
It's not great, but it's enough to know a couple of things. So, there are some curses that are contagious. Those are usually used You've seen those used in kind of small-scale warfare, more so than in something like this.
Right.
So, if it were contagious, the doctor you
Would have got it.
He would have been dead long
Right.
ago. He wouldn't even be here at the moment.
He wouldn't be here if it's like a 4-day, 6-day turnaround. Like he's done.
Yeah,
He's toast early.
Okay.
Is there anything different between Jonathan Doctor and the other fatalities that you've seen?
Different? Well, no, not exactly different. It's progressing as it did with one of the other later cases that I managed to look at the notes of from another doctor.
So Jonathan isn't a special case. If we don't do anything, he will progress as the others.
And if anything's to go by, we have less time. His family had it first, remember?
Progressing from here, they have a day, maybe two, if they're lucky.
Well,
and no one's been that lucky.
There's something I want to try. I kneel down in the middle of the room and sort of take my sword off and lay it beside me. I sort of put the palms of my hands out in my lap and I cast Detect Magic.
Okay. I don't think that's a roll. I think that just happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a ritual thing that just happens. So for the duration, it's concentration up to 10 minutes. Hence, so I'm sitting in the middle, sort of zoning everything else out.
Mm-hmm.
For the duration, I can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
If I sense any magic in this way, I can use an action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. And you learn the School of Magic. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or 3
all of the room you're in and most of the bedroom.
I'm assuming in that space that at least Jonathan is in the 30 feet, basically.
Oh yeah, he's quite close to you. Yeah,
he's cursed. I know he's cursed. So I'm assuming if there's magic, I should be able to detect the aura around him, and then work out what School of Magic is being used, which gives us something to work from.
Okay, good stuff. So, does that take 10 minutes to do, or is it just duration 10 minutes?
One action, but I can concentrate or thought on it for up to 10 minutes.
Okay, so
keep it going, yeah.
So you open your eyes from casting, and you see the aura around Jonathan is it's almost a dark aura. So it's like the color has been drained out of the air around him.
Right. Okay.
And it seems necrotic. What's affecting him? What you can also feel the same
from the bedroom,
from the 2 children in the bedroom, and from the wife.
Can I work out what School of Magic it would be? I'm guessing it's necromancy if it feels necrotic.
It is necromancy. It's sort of a poisonous necromancy. You don't get the feeling that they're going to come back.
Yeah, it's going to kill them, but that'll be it. It won't do anything after that.
Yeah. So you pick up the auras around those 4. You also sense something in the cabinet that's... Let's have a look at this area. So it's the cabinet that is right next to the tables and right next to the bedroom. So you've got the bedroom door, and then to the left of the bedroom door, this little kind of... It's almost like a It's almost like a trunk.
Okay. So when I sense that, because I'm conscious of not, I don't want to break the concentration too much, I lift up my right hand and point at it. Cassius, there's something in that trunk. We need to know what it is.
Well, it seems I'm the front line this time. And so I'll walk over, open it up. Anything that I should be looking for before I stick my hand into a fucking wasp's nest?
Just describe what you see.
Make me an investigation check. Mm-hmm.
So I open it up. Oh, that is a gnat.
Yeah.
Oh, 20. Okay, good. All right. So, inside this trunk is a whole manner of things. So there's crockery in there, so black bowls and plates. There's a bit of food, a bit of cloth. So the cloth is kind of dividing everything up. It looks like there's a sort of makeshift tablecloth in there. It's all very dirty, all kind of dusty as well. It seems like just from like opening and closing the thing, dust gets in and it's settled on a few bits and pieces.
Is this because it has not been used? Like this is more storage, or it's just this place is just dusty and it's fallen in?
I think it's mainly because this place is just dusty.
Okay.
And as they open and close the thing, several times a day, dust gets in. And there's a bit of dust over most of the things. But there is no dust on a large, what looks like pewter bowl. It's like a pot more than a bowl.
There's
like a cooking pot.
The only thing that's out of place is this bowl. Jonathan, what is this?
Let me see that. The bowl. Hey, yeah, the bowl. Yeah. The missus bought it from the market.
When did you buy it?
I can still see the aura around it.
You can.
Okay.
Very, very pronounced.
Right. Cassius.
True, she bought it from the market.
Cassius, it's necromancy.
Ah.
It's a stall that she likes to go to. It's just got this knickknacks and just random things.
And where is that stall?
Cheap, very
Jonathan?
cheap. It's in the market. It's
Where, Jonathan? Where? We don't have time.
if you're coming at it from the main road, turn left. Keep going. It's in amongst all the general things. Sonny's second-hand wares.
Thank you, Jonathan. I think we need to go and pay Sunny a visit.
Yes, we do.
She used the bowl.
Someone has.
She cooked with it. Who cares? It's a fucking bowl.
Get some rest, Jonathan. And we'll return when we have, well, more news, I guess.
All right.
Doctor, this is what's done it, so no making any soup with it.
I wasn't going to. I'm not going to touch it either.
That's probably wise.
Fine.
Shall we, Graccus?
Before we go, let me take a closer look at it.
Okay.
If you're cursing items, they might have marked it with something. You're binding magic to an item, it might require them to hold it there with something. But yeah, Matt, I want to take a look at this bowl and see if there's anything that looks like it might be like arcane marking, something that's trying to pin the curse there.
Okay. Yep, go ahead.
I'm guessing
Investigation or Arcana.
I'm being honest. I would say I'm probably looking specifically more for arcane, like writings and stuff. So I'm going to say probably Arcana.
Go for that.
Doesn't make much of a difference anyway. It is a 7.
Okay.
But that's the special Arcana number, Carl.
Oh yes. It's actually tripled. It's 21.
Looking at the bowl, I mean, obviously you don't want to touch the bowl. But
Yeah.
Looking at the bowl closely, you can't see anything from what you're looking at.
Sure.
It could be on the underside potentially, where people may not look. But from what you can see, it's not.
Jonathan, I need you to do me a favour.
Oh,
Turn the bowl over.
I can't get any more fucking cursed, alright. He leans down. It seems to be some effort to lift this bowl up. Let's turn it over. Alright.
Thank you. Now go get some rest.
He nods. And he sort of slumps into a chair. Would you like to have another look at the bowl?
Yeah, again, I'm going to do the same thing again on the underside.
Mm-hmm. With advantage this time.
Okay. Much better. 18.
You can see, scored very, very lightly into the bowl, into the bottom of the bowl, is a rune of some kind.
Okay. Cassius, do you have any parchment and pencil?
I have a dagger.
I've got some in the other cabinet.
I go over to where it is and pull out a sheet of it and basically draw that rune out on the paper so I can show it to Cassius and the doctor.
Okay.
There.
I'm looking at the rune.
Mm-hmm.
I do, Cassius.
So
make me an Arcana check, Cassius.
now remember, if this is in a language, I can read it, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, that's fucking tight. What did you say? Sorry.
Arcana.
21.
Nice.
All right, lovely. So you've seen runes like this not in person, but in your readings and in your travels. You've seen runes like this. These are meant to curse objects specifically. And this one corresponds to the infernal symbol for decay.
So this is written in Infernal. This is just one single rune in Infernal that says decay.
It corresponds to it. There's another. So the symbol, the infernal symbol for decay, is built into this section, and it's like a pentagram.
Mm-hmm.
Circled. The rune is in the middle of the pentagram.
Is there any other written language on it?
No.
Okay. Well, it says decay, but...
Well, we at least know that they are being intentionally cursed.
But it is interesting. This is infernal as well.
How so?
Well, much like the obelisk.
Huh. Yeah, you're right. Well, we should probably get to Sonny's now.
Yes, we need to go and have a conversation with a second-hand dealer. Perhaps he can get you some better armor, Graccus.
If it's got symbols of decay on it, I think I'll pass.
Yes.
As you think about it, the runes on the obelisk were infernal, but they were a very, very old derivation of infernal.
Yeah.
So this is infernal as you know it. This is the common-ish infernal, if that makes sense.
Tiefling infernal.
Tiefling infernal, exactly. Whereas what was up there was
old shit.
Yeah. The kind of infernal that hasn't been uttered or spoken for.
This is the great old deep one infernal.
Cthulhu, is that you?
You got me. The end. The dwarf turns into Cthulhu.
The dwarf
initiative.
That's why he's wearing the face covering, so you don't see the. So you don't see the
If the dwarf turns into Cthulhu and we roll initiative, I think we've already lost. Just Mihre is done at that point.
Yeah, mate, a little bit done. Yeah. All right.
Right, so we leave.
Yeah.
And you're heading toward the market.
Absolutely.
So, okay, we're good on time. So you head toward the market. Would you like to discuss anything on the way?
Now, Rod was talking about this sickness earlier. I don't know if I don't imagine it's connected to the drugs. The drugs have been around for much longer. But it's very interesting that he said that at the same day that we get this.
If the description that Rod gave you is right, there would have been a lot more dead by now if it had been going on that long.
Indeed. And if you're a drug dealer, you don't want people dying, so...
But then what does a person gain by selling cursed and second-hand items?
Well... money, I guess.
But someone would find out eventually, surely. We did. Eventually, the guards would pay attention. Someone from the higher tier might even look into it. Enough people die.
Will they pay attention, though? When we went into the Vengeful Jester, no one wanted to be near Jonathan. This is like leprosy, Graccus. People give these sicknesses a very wide berth.
Very true.
I'm surprised we even saw a doctor at Jonathan's.
Does that strike you as odd?
Maybe we aren't the only good ones here.
Let's hope so. Because the alternative is much worse.
Perhaps you want to make an insight check, Graccus.
I think you could. I think you can make an insight check now to sort of think back over your interactions with Alan to see if he was genuine.
Yeah, I will do, actually. Also, did I get any indications of any kind of magic from him when I had... nothing at all. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got a bit because he...
Being a doctor, he probably has some
he is a cleric, so he has...
Sure.
He has bits and pieces.
He didn't have that dark juju.
No, you didn't get the sense from him that it was... that you got from the bowl or from the others.
Sure. Right. I am still going to insight because it does feel 10.
I mean, he seemed genuine enough.
Okay.
He didn't give you any indication to suggest that he was BS.
Yeah. Okay.
What's on your mind?
Something just feels wrong in all this.
Well, apart from the pewter pot that's making people's skin fall off.
I mean, why?
No.
What's the end game? What's the plan here? Like you said, if it was the drugs, it doesn't make sense. It's not been going on long enough from what we can tell, and you wouldn't kill your clientele. This is powerful magic. To pin a curse like that to an item takes skill. This is a deliberate effort to spread this around Mihre,
Well,
but such an inefficient delivery system.
around the lower tiers of Mihre, Graccus.
True.
You think you're an established necromancer wizard or whatever, and you want to test a new item. Who do you test it on? Do you test it on the nobility and the gentry of the higher tiers, or do you test it on people that no one care about?
Good point.
This could just be an exercise, an experiment. But this is all conjecture. First, we must speak to Sunny, and then we will do our jobs, and then hopefully we will solve this and get paid. I believe we're coming up to the store now.
You are indeed.
Look menacing, Graccus, and we'll have a little chat with our friend.
So Sunny's wares is Sunny's secondhand wares. It's not super busy. There are a couple of people milling around, browsing as you would in a secondhand place. Sunny himself is an elf. Sunny himself is an elf, and he seems like a jolly fellow. He's grinning around at everyone, and
as we walk in the door, or into the tent, or whatever it is, sorry.
Yep, into the tent.
I want to cast Detect Magic again.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
Essentially, again, same things. I'm looking for anything in here that has that marks of magic, distinctly the same kind of like absence of colour that we got in Jonathan's house.
Okay. And that encompasses the whole tent. And you get a similar feeling from on a shelf toward the edge of the tent. You get the feeling from a jug. Like it's a fairly like a jug for pouring.
So nothing special.
Pouring water.
Just like a normal looking jug, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's it just looks like a normal jug. It's made of some kind of ceramic. You get the feeling as well from a frying pan that is stacked underneath a couple of other frying pans. This one it looks pretty old. Heavy set iron, burned black by time and stoves.
And fuckery.
Yeah. So, Cassius.
Yes.
The jug over there. I point the jug out to him. Frying pan over there. And I point the specific frying pan out. Same magic.
Excuse me, good sir.
I'm still going to be concentrating on the spell at the minute, Matt, as well, so I can, if anything else pops up, I can register.
Okay. Hello there. Hi. Sunny. I'm Sunny. This is Sunny Secondhand Wares. Great to see a new customer. What can I do for you?
Well, I think my friend here is in the market for a new jug. He likes that one over there.
Oh, well, new piece. It's a new piece that came in not long ago from a very reliable source, and it's seen better days, but everything in here has. But it's polished up very nicely. No cracks, no, nothing like that. It'll pour perfectly well.
Could we have a closer look?
Please do. Please do. He,
Well,
Yeah, I sort of whisper to Cass, don't touch it.
oh no, I know. I'm standing right there.
Yeah.
And I go, do you mind if we have a closer look? And then he says yes, and I go, well.
so are you right next to the jug?
No, I've just walked into the tent. We've walked into the tent. Sonny's over there. We've got the things around. I have not walked near anything. I've just pointed at that jug and goes, he's in the mood for a jug. I'm not anywhere near it. I want him to bring it to me.
So he's moving towards it,
Mm-hmm.
Completely nonplussed, just picks up the jug and walks over to you. Here's your jug. As you can see, it's very nice craftsmanship.
Do I sense any magic transferring to Sonny?
Yes. Well, no, you don't. No, you don't.
What do you think?
But you don't detect any magic on Sunny either.
What do you think? Is this the jug?
Yeah, it's kinda. I don't know. Do you know where it came from?
Well, like I said, it comes from a very reliable source who brings great material like this over. It sells like wildfire. It's fantastic stuff.
What else? What else does source bring in? Out of curiosity.
Oh, well, kitchenware items like this. We've had cooking pots. We've had bowls, communal bowls. We've had plates. We've had not had any cutlery. We had a mixing bowl. We've had lots of frying pans. We've had more jugs. Not quite like this one, but they've been good quality.
Is there anybody else in the tent?
There's a few other people in the tent.
So, I sort of, while he's talking, just everyone get out.
Make me an intimidation check.
Can I also get a read on Sonny?
Yes, make me an insight check.
Oh,
19 on my intimidation check.
off that fucking went.
People around you turn and they're a bit confused, and they catch the look on your face and they mill out. What's your insight check there?
That was a 22.
Okay, so you up until exactly maybe 1.5 seconds ago, Sonny seemed perfectly calm, happy to make a sale, and now he's concerned and he's pretty terrified. What's going on?
The name of the person who brings you these jugs.
The name of the person who brings.
Yes, Sonny, the name. We require a name.
Why do you need the name?
We require a name because we are in the market for cutlery and knickknacks and pots and pans that kill people.
What?
You
What do you mean kill people?
These jugs and these, you said pots, yes?
Yeah, pots, frying pans.
We have just come from a place with one of your lovely pewter pots, and it seems to have something about it which is, has cursed a family, and they are several days from death, Sonny. So we need a name in order to stop this from happening.
What do you...
Sonny, I need you to listen to me now. We need a name to find out who is selling these so we can stop this from happening. He may be a reliable source, or she, or they, I don't care. But we need to know a name, otherwise my friend here is going to get very, very cross.
Right. Okay. Well, I have two names. Two people, two women
Fantastic,
At
Sonny.
different
Yes,
times.
yes, their names.
At different times they come. But they say they work for the same person.
The names, Sonny. The names.
So, Calliope is one. She's a genasi. And there's a human woman as well, and she's her name. Her name's Liza. Her name's Liza.
How often do they come here?
Did I write that down? They come in. They come in. Oh, good Lord! They come in every couple of weeks.
And when did they start?
Oh, not long ago.
6 weeks, perhaps?
Oh God!
Deep breaths, Sonny. Doing well.
About 6 weeks.
And you said they worked for someone. They worked for the same person. That name, please.
They've never told me the name.
Right. Well, and when do you expect them to come again?
They're irregular. They could come any day now.
We don't have that kind of time.
Well,
And neither do you, Sonny, because you've picked up one of the objects.
what? Oh no! I've touched all of them. It's not affected. They've not affected me. I've touched them all.
Graccus?
There's no magic on him.
Ah.
Maybe if I describe them to you, maybe you can find them around the market. Maybe they're not just doing this here. Maybe they're doing it in other places.
Can you sense it anywhere else, Graccus?
I sort of focus back in again. Matt, is there anything in the 30 feet vicinity outside of the tent that I can pick up? I'm assuming not.
I mean, your 30 feet gives you everything inside the tent.
Right, okay.
But you can't. You'd have to expand it, and I don't think I can do that.
I mean, do you want to go for a walk? You've got maybe, 7 minutes left?
Yeah. Stay here. I'll walk around. And I want to just sort of loop sort of the market as best as I can to cover as much of it as I can to see if I can pick any other indications of it up.
Okay. Graccus. You walk outside the tent and you begin walking around the second-hand, just sort of the knick-knack stores. And as you draw close to them, there's just a ting here and there. Same kind of magic. All on the same kind of stuff. So you see
utensils, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, you see mixing bowl here and mixing pot here. Something like a sieve here. Bowl that holds water here. And you see this in lots of different stores. Loads of different stores. Make me a perception check.
19.
As you draw close to another store, you see a few more. So you see a stack of plates, all of them cursed. You see another kind of frying pan that's cursed. And you see something else around the head of a human woman. So it's not the same kind of magic as on the pots, but it's specifically around her head, focused around her head. This woman has blood red hair, and you see her, she's at a stall, she's at like the counter of the stall, and she hands over, they seem to be having kind of a bit of a back and forth. You see her hand over a quite nice mixing bowl, similar to the one that Jonathan has.
Key question.
And it is screaming with magic. This bowl.
Right. So I'm walking up behind her.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing that?
I'm not going to be.
Quietly?
I'm not going to be surreptitious, but again, I'm not going to charge over. So I want to just walk in as if I'm walking to the shop normally, because I don't want to. Yeah, basically, I don't want to make it obvious I'm trying to sneak in. Is what I'm trying to say here.
Okay. That feels like performance to me.
12.
She rolled a 14 on her perception. So she sort of looks out toward the door as she's completing this transaction with the stall owner. She clocks you, and then she does a double take. She maybe sees you, giving her kind of a sideways look, and you see her hackles go up.
How far from Sunny's am I?
You are about, in terms of feet, you're about 150 feet from Sunny's.
Okay, so not close enough that, say, a shout would... Okay, that's fine. So that means I'm not going to get Cass...
150 feet? I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, by the time I shout and you react and get over here, a lot could happen in that kind of thing.
She's just sort of, she's locking eyes with you, Graccus. Trying to get a reading on you.
Excuse me, miss. I'm sorry to so forward. I was wondering, do you know where I can get a bowl like that? Friend of mine, somewhat of a collector, you'll see. He's been looking for something with that kind of design for a while. At this point, I'm kind of standing in the entranceway to the tent.
Deception. So,
10.
Higher.
I'm not really built for this, so I'm just... She sort of, with one hand, she gestures around at the stall that's full of crockery and things like that, and then bolts. She bolts sideways and rolls out under the tent. So I want to grab something heavy.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously not cursed. So like one of the pans around me and basically lob it at the back of her head while she's trying to run away.
Okay, so we're going to say you catch her as she's about...
Into her legs. Sorry, into her legs, not her head.
Okay.
Conscious.
We're going to say you're doing this as she's going for the side of the tent. Okay. So... yeah.
Really, it's
roll
initiative, isn't it?
Is it flat roll?
I would say you're rolling. Or it's an improvised weapon. Yeah. So I'd say you're rolling.
I have simple weapons as a proficiency. Would that be
covered? That works for me.
Okay. So that would give me what? Plus.
I'd say you're using your if it's a throw. Typically, throwing stuff is dexterity.
Okay, so what we plus my proficiency bonus and +1 in that case, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. That's fine. 17.
Okay. Let's see if she dodges. So the what is it you're throwing?
Frying pan. Like heavy iron frying pan.
Solid choice. The frying pan catches her in sort of the side of the knee as she turns, and she stumbles and hits the floor.
At which point I'm dashing over to her and just grabbing her up, basically in a chokehold.
Okay, so grappling, strength athletics.
Yes, athletics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see if she can get out of it.
24. I have +6 in strength athletics.
Now we're in Carl's territory.
I'm not even going to roll because she's going to fail that. So she, well, let's see how much she fails it. Yeah, she fails it quite comprehensively.
Good.
So, what are you trying to choke her out? Or just restrain?
Restrain her and then just shout, Cassius! As loud as I can to try and get his attention.
Cassius, I'm going to say that you hear.
Well, it appears my friend has found something. I'd probably shut up shop for today, Sonny, because at the moment you're killing people. So,
I'm not. I swear, I didn't know any of this was happening.
Well, now you do. So, if you continue, you're, accessory to murder, and I will have to come back and see to you. Okay.
Well, can you just tell me what is cursed in here?
Apparently, the thing you're holding now and the bowl over there.
Bowl?
Sonny, I don't have time for this. Please shut up shop. I'm going now. Goodbye.
Oh, fuck. You walk out. I
bolt
closes
out. Yeah,
you bolt out. He closes the flaps of the tent behind you, puts up a closed sign.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a bowl.
A frying pan.
So he's going to be searching his shop for ages.
It's fine. While he's coming over, I'm basically going to shout out to every single person in the market, you need to shut up now!
What, to everyone in the market?
Basically, in other words, you need to shut up shop. Like, close.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay, so the vendor is seeing all this, and he just nods. And bustles everyone out and shuts the tent behind you. Are you going out or are you staying in?
I'm staying in the street so Cassius can easily see me. You need to tell every other shop on this street to shut down now.
All right, I will. Yeah, all right, yeah.
Anyone that does business with this woman closes up now and does not reopen until we say so.
That's a lot of stalls. I mean, that's a lot of stalls. But I'll go. I'll get more people. We'll go. Right. He runs off and starts going into each one. You see him come out with another stall owner. They sort of split off in different directions.
And they tell two friends, and they tell two friends.
It seems to multiply. And by the time, when you come over, you notice that all of the ones on the row have all shut.
Mm-hmm.
Are you outside? Are you going to be inside to do whatever you're going to do now? Some kind of interrogation?
I would say I'm in the street still. Personally, I told them to shut up and close and leave. So the intention is that they've all left anyway. To be honest.
Okay.
So whatever happens now is between me, Cassius, her, and whatever god she wants to pray to.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So you're outside in the sort of market square. Cassius, you're walking over. You see this human woman, blood red hair, simply dressed. She's writhing a bit against Graccus's hold, but there's not much you can do about it. He's got a very, very well restrained.
So I sort of get down. Are you on the floor? I guess you're on the floor.
No, I picked her
stand up.
All
right, okay. Lyra, I presume.
And that's where we'll finish
Oh!
today's episode.
We're getting better at those cliffhangers, aren't we?
It's Liza.
How many times has Cass done that now? He's forgotten.
It's just what I fucking do, man.
To be fair, to be honest, it kind of works because I imagine he doesn't care too much about someone's name. It's not really a secret.
I mean, it could be that she goes, Liza, and then you know it's her. So it could be a neat little trick.
But we don't know, because that's happening next
Next
episode,
time.
ladies and gentlemen, bodies of water. We have been at the Alchemy Lab for part 2 of case 3, question mark, question mark, question mark. This will be the first one for part 3. We'll have a part 3, a 3-parter.
No, Falling Dead had one as well.
Did it?
Yeah. They've been 4 parts, the first 2 cases.
Have you
Were
been
they?
watching our own YouTube channel?
Keep up. Good
Oh,
grief.
I see. Because I put our double. So, right, ladies and gentlemen, bodies of water. Here's some BTS behind the scenes kind of stuff. We do 2 a week, and then we put them out. So just in case, like last week when none of our internets worked and we couldn't do this last week, we have a little bit of a buffer. So I keep putting them into two parts. You see,
Yeah,
but then
part one,
I've
part
put this
two.
into the correct amount of parts. Yeah. But anyway,
Indeed.
like, share, subscribe. Like if you like me, keep getting the names wrong, or Carl trying to perform, or Matt doing all of his accents. Comment on which accent you like the most.
They were so much better than they were before with the old lady.
Indeed, yeah.
I mean, I think I kept mine pretty consistent as well for a change. To be fair,
You did.
Yeah.
You didn't lose it like the start of the first episode. But yeah, comment on which one you like most. Comment on who you like more, me or Graccus. Probably Graccus, because Cassius is a bit of a shit. And subscribe to see more of us. And carry on looking at our cases and everything like that. It's been a pleasure to be with you and be with these guys. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, motherfuckers, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.